everybody, it's Comics with Callaway. Welcome back. It's been a busy couple of days on Twitter. We're going to talk about the irrelevant political douche that is Ron Mars in the comics industry. We all know who Ron Mars is and what he's like. You scroll through his Twitter and it's just hate Trump, hate conservative, hate white man. Just the typical wannabe comic book celebrity mentality. Just a douche show. So we got the announcement that the Disney Plus Riri Williams TV show was coming, and Ron Mars replies and says, "Oh man, this is going to upset all the right people. Well done." And then he got a lot of just people voicing their opinions of what type of person he is and who says that sort of stuff. An hour later, random dudes who don't follow me want to express their objections. And he's like, "Yep, had to do Dr. Blockenstein this morning." So he went on a mass block. I think Nerdrotic was one of them. He said something not mean or nasty. He just said a comment and he's blocked. Everyone's blocked. So I don't know. He hasn't blocked me yet. Maybe I'm a nobody, so I haven't got a big presence, so he probably doesn't see anything I say. But just want to do a video and what sort of person do you have to be to say, "Oh man, this is going to upset all the right people"? We all know these people are communists, socialists. They don't care about money because he's probably already got money because he's been in the industry for so long. But what mentality do you have to go, righto, this TV show is going to upset all the right people? A major part of the audience, that, let's be honest, is the only audience, is going to be upset. So they're not going to watch it. So again, please don't contact any of these people on Twitter, because anything other than a pat on the back or kissing their boots is assault and harassment. So don't contact these people. So we try and show this thread. Twitter is so confusing. There we go. Oh, I said it will upset the leftist Twitter weirdos because it will flop because no one will watch it. The group they pander to don't support it. That's right. So the people that are going to be pissed off is the Twitter crowd, the leftist SJWs that don't support it. So it's be like a Hollywood woke movie. The people that they pander to don't go and watch it, and then they blame the people that they said it wasn't made for them, so we don't go and watch it. But then they blame us. Don't contact these people, but I like this one. You think Disney is going to have dollars to make this, bro? You are living in 2019. You're living in 2019. The SJW parade is over, but I hope they do make it. It should be fun to see the reaction. And then this is a really good comment. What is it like to be so full of hatred for a certain group of fans that this news makes you giddy inside? Exactly. What sort of person mentality you got to have? Do you got to think like that? And Ron Mars. He's been in the industry for a long time. He's a political activist, and he's basically irrelevant now. Unless he's writing for Marvel or DC with a big name character, he doesn't get sales, and we can prove that by going here. And this is a book that he wrote this year. I got the first book because I like Japanese culture and dragons and mystical stuff. I've always liked that sort of culture. But I bought it because I like the cover and I like the culture. I didn't, for some reason, I normally when I buy a book, I'll look to see who the writer is and all that. But I didn't look, so I just got it. And then when I got the book, I seen that it said Mars on it. I'm like, oh shit. I just give, Marvel I give IDW $3 for Ron Mars. But he wrote this book. It's San Diego Rising Sun, award-winning board game published on Common Unlimited and designed by Eric M. Lang. Will see its epic setting, feudal combat, and political intrigue adaptation in the comics. Co-written by industry legend Ron Mars and David Rodriguez, and illustrated by Martin Coccolo. 3-issue miniseries will debut its first issue in November, and then added bonus, each issue Rising Sun will feature exclusive content. I read issue 1. It wasn't bad. It wasn't the best, but the art was really good. I like the culture stuff is what got me into it, and the cover. But then once I realised Ron Mars wrote number 1, I didn't get number 2. So to show sort of how irrelevant Ron Mars is, we all know his crowdfunding campaign didn't make money. But we look at this Rising Sun, number 1, 4,700 shipped issues, right? So that's issue 1. Next month, issue 2, 2,700. So he's lost what's that, 2,000, bit over 2,000. Then we go to issue 3, the final, 2,000, lost another 700. So he's lost, in 3 issues, it dropped 2,000 shit issues. So that just shows how relevant Ron Mars is when he's not writing high profile characters. People now, all these comic industry pros, they all think they're so hot stuff, they're celebrities, but the only reason people buy their books is because they're characters. If they had to go and do independent books, no one's going to support it. People remember being called Nazis and istophobes and racists and every horrible name under the sun. People remember that. So, and like Ron Mars, I will not support Ron Mars, and that book was just a one-off because I didn't realise who wrote it, because I just saw it on the shelf and bought it. And silly me, when I got home, I was pissed at myself. So that just shows you what Ron Mars is like. All these Twitter feeds is just, just Trump this, Trump that, white man bad, male men bad, But then we getting into this Riri Williams further. This is a panel here from one of her stories from years ago, and I'll read this and let me listen to the writing that I think it was Bendis that wrote this. Let's have a read of it. Hi, this is quiet time, Miss Williams. I wanted you to know I've decided what I will be when I grow up. Teacher says, let's hear it. She says, I'm going to be a scientist. Teacher says, great. Riri Williams says, great. And she said, that's great. She says, no, you're supposed to say, you mean like a nurse. And then I say, why would I say that? And she said, you're supposed to tell me nursing and teaching are noble professions and that people like me don't grow up to be scientists. That's what they said to the first African-American female astronaut. Well, that was a long time ago. And she told them, no, I'm going to be a scientist. And then she did it. And then and it's like, yes, that was a long time ago. Things were different back then. But because of people like her, a girl like you now can do whatever you want. Fly anywhere you want. Be whatever you want. And then Riri Williams says, I was kind of hoping you'd tell me the opposite so I would have something to inspire me to prove you wrong. And the teacher says, I'm sorry, I can't help you. So then she's pissed because she didn't get the racist reaction that she wanted. And then she's just pissed, and then the teacher says, what? She says, okay, you'll never be Tony Stark. And then she's like, really? She's like, I'm totally going to be Tony Stark, except for that weird facial hair. This is the writing that left us think in modern society now. Like, you know what I mean? Imagine if she was a white character and the teacher was black. Imagine if that was written. This would make worldwide headlines. This just shows what the industry has become. Riri Williams, one of Brian Michael Bendis's characters that he creates, Miles Morales, Riri Williams, Naomi at DC. He's going to be remembered for every character that he created was just a half-ass imitation black SJW character that they're all the same. Riri Williams, copy of Iron Man. Miles Morales, just an imitation black copy of Spider-Man. Can't be anything but himself. He's grown into a bit of a better character now. But then Naomi, another black female genius. new Teen Lantern at DC, black female genius. Like, don't don't understand the way they think. They're having to be a nurse. You know, like we all know, women and black women in the sciences, as your boy Zach said. Men go in, a lot of men go and do trades. Here in Australia, university isn't such a big deal like it is in America. You don't in Australia, you don't have to go to college. You don't, you know, a lot of people go to university and college here in Australia, but it's not like America where you go to college. A lot of men in Australia, even women, just go straight out of high school, do an apprenticeship, do a trade, whether it's electrician, diesel mechanic, car mechanic, that sort of stuff. And around the world, you don't see um, you don't see the push for men to be nurses and doctors and stuff. There's a lot of male nurses, a lot of male doctors, all that sort of stuff. But you don't see the push for it. It's only this push for female and minority representation that they got to push so many people into these things. At the end of the day, nurses and doctors and things like that are a predominantly female profession. Handwork, trades, building stuff, predominantly a male profession. It's just they're trying to rewrite history so much and change the narrative that it's just forced. Like these three panels tell you exactly what the comics industry has become. She's pissed because the white teacher isn't racist. Say that out loud with me. A black female 15-year-old genius that can do anything is pissed because her old white female teacher isn't racist. White people, sure there is racist people. White people aren't bad like the world wants to say they are. So this is her character. This is and this is why the industry is on collapse. This is why Hollywood is crashing and burning because of this. Just imagine if the roles were reversed. If she was a little white boy or a white girl and the teacher was black and she said that. It's crazy, isn't it, to think about? This is what comics have become. A female genius 15-year-old that can do anything. It's illogical. So that's my take on it, guys. That's just the doucher Ron Mars, at it again on Twitter. It's like a daily occurrence with him. So this is what the industry has become. When they're so happy that they piss off 75% of the audience, or even more, because we know that Twitter lefties are only 5% of the audience, and they don't go and watch it anyway. Look at Birds of Prey. They were happy because they wanted to piss off every male and didn't want every male to go and watch it. Meanwhile, the audience that they pander to doesn't support the business model, doesn't support anything. So Birds of Prey flopped. So that's it, guys. Just turned into a bit of a rant. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. So, Comics with Callaway. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Trying to bring you content, trying to make better videos. I know my videos probably ain't the best for a lot of people, but we'll get there. Each video get better and better. Thanks, guys.